Ball free and brings up third down. An early tough test on the opening drive.
Right,
this is 3rd and 8.
Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Jackson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
18.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You see it?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Hard throw, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Parkey's kick is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Gone!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Drew Kaiser now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. Touchdown, Chicago. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Allen's got it complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play fake here on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And spins away. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, here's Jackson. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him, and I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first down, Trubisky, a little juke. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 41 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 9 yards on the first down keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Come on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Hey, gotta go.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to go down. just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Denzel Perryman in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Henry's got it out on the left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And it's complete. Henry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. And they'll go on the ground. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now. 3-19.
This time Jackson will throw it. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson on 3rd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hands up. Set up. 18.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hey, gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gone! Now let's go! Green, 39!
On 2nd down, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a 1st down. This quarterback now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
But we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it. Putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And the Chicago Bears are in the end zone. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Now let's go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit!
On 3rd and 1, Jackson, and caught by Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Check 26, check 26. Detroit! Hot!
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Now let's go.
Jackson will throw again. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Across the formation, he's got a man, that's Allen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week. And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way. You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They go with Howard to begin the drive. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Again, it's Howard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball. Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort. Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Chargers. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Set. Green, 39.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Alert 16. Alert 16. Set. Clean.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Akeem Hicks in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now this is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's Hines on a toss play. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Hurry, hurry!
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they take a knee. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but yeah, you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Bears, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Day.